Hey gang, welcome back to Joe Daddy's Workshop. You know, I said from the beginning that I was going to do a variety of things on this channel, and I'm going to continue to do that. Now I've shown you, making a picture frame, working on a toilet, fixing a motorcycle, or building deer stands, all kinds of different things. And what I want to show you today is another tool. Now, I am currently working on a 68 Mustang on my primary channel, Joe Daddy's Garage, and I'm in the middle of sanding and buffing it out after a fresh paint job. So I recently bought a Dewalt variable speed buffer. So I want to show you that and also do a slight comparison between that buffer and a Chicago Electric brand that I bought from Harbor Freight many years ago. So let me show you what I'm talking about. These are the products that I'm referring to. This is a Chicago Electric Power Tools 10 amp 7-inch electronic polisher. This will do the job, but it's not the best, and I've had issues with it in the past. So I've recently purchased this Dewalt brand buffer polisher. If you notice, this is 10 amp. This Dewalt is rated at 12 amp. This is rated at 1,000 to 3,500 RPM. The Dewalt is rated at 600 to 3,500 RPM. And I believe they both have what would be called a soft start. This one has a digital readout, whereas I believe this one, I haven't actually pulled it out yet, has more of a dial that you can see numbers written on. This is a little more difficult because it reads like 1 through 10 on the digital settings, and like I said, it's kind of iffy. Now, whenever you look at these, obviously there's some things you need to be concerned with. One is the weight. How much does this weigh? So what I did is I weighed the boxes themselves. And what I found was the Dewalt, as it comes in the box, everything included, box and everything, weighs 10.2 pounds. And the Chicago Electric weighs 9.8 pounds. So it's just a little bit lighter. Let me show you some things on this. Now again, I've used this buffer before, and I've always put it back in the box that it came with. And what I use on this, and I have it on here, is this Interlock Connector. Basically, if I want to put on my buffing pad, I have a separate buffing pad, I can lock it in with this. So this is an attachment that I put on that will transfer over to my Dewalt, or at least I hope it will. It also comes with your side grip handle, so simple enough, you can thread that on. This one also came with a pad, a foam pad, so you can buff and polish with it, and it has a wool pad. Again, this is kind of, well, it actually, oh, look at that, I didn't realize it actually has a sanding disc. I never used this. As you can tell, I had bigger wheels that I used. So it looks like you can attach a sanding disc to it as well. And this wool pad, and there is the regular attaching nut, let's say, that connects to the shaft. Also, there's a wrench in here that allows you to interchange stuff. So that's what's in this box. There's also like a terry towel, like you can slip over, maybe for final polish. So that goes over the disc, and like I said, this one's, it's okay. It's got this on-off switch right here, and then this digital readout, and you have these little buttons you push to change the readout. I'll probably plug this in and show you that in just a minute. Now, the Dewalt is more robust. So it weighs a little more, of course. And I really I haven't actually pulled this out yet. I've just opened the box. This one comes with like a grab handle that you can put on top. And it also comes with the side handle. So you have two choices here with this one. I like that because, sometimes you have to do different things. Really pretty serious heavy duty cord there. Pull this out. One thing I like about the Dewalt, and not that I'm really concerned about hitting the car, but it has this rubber protector, let's say, around the head of it. It looks like it has a lock. So if you need to take something loose, there it is, you can lock in and lock it in place. Again, you can thread on the handle if you like, or I'm sure you can stretch this around it. You know, it looks like it's got little teeth on it that interact with the teeth in the side here. So depending on how you want to hold it, you should be able to stretch that out a little bit and pop it on, and then there you have it. Along with that, there's some hardware. These are the bolts that would go into the sides here. You would actually thread those in, and then you can position this and lock it in however you like. I think there's a secondary piece in here that probably, by the looks of it, I'm guessing, nope, doesn't go in there. So I'm not sure if this does anything, but I just saw it in the bag. Okay, this also comes with, this is a 7-inch, yeah, used with polishing pads only. And this one actually is it's a bit soft on the edge here. You know, it has some flexibility. I'm not going to use this. This is not what I bought this for. And this would thread on, you know, to the head unit there and lock in. Okay. But again, I'm not going to use that. I'd probably have to look and see why this little plastic tube is in there, unless it's just for shipping. You know, sometimes they do that, but I thought maybe it went in that hole, but it doesn't. Okay. This one has a rotating and detent controller. Also has a trigger with a lock. I do like the fact, you know, it's got these vents on the side here. They are protected, so you don't get any polish material, you know, or the fuzzies from the wool pad or anything like that. Won't go in there. So that's really nice. Nice rubber handle, and of course a rubber flex on the extension cord. So I like that. It's heavy though, I can tell you that, it is heavy. If I go back and compare those same elements to this, you know, it doesn't actually have a switch, it doesn't have a trigger. It's just a switch. That's it. The nice part about this is you can control it, you know, whenever you want to start buffing. This also doesn't have any of that protective rubber on it, and there's no, you know, like the vents are open here in the front where it could suck up wool or material. Same way here on the sides. You can see, you know, I've used this on like 2 vehicles. That's actually polish that's accumulated in there. Now it's protected by the looks of it, but still there's some junk accumulated in there. Alright. Now just to show you, there's a digital readout. I don't know if you can see that very well. And, you know, if you push on the button, it doesn't show that it's changing. Why? Because it's not on. I don't like that. You have to turn it on. And then it functions. So turn it off. And see, again, this is kind of weird. You turn it on and then make your adjustment. If you'll notice, that sounds really healthy, you know? Okay. So there's a number, I've got it up to 19. Just curious. 35. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the Dewalt, and I'm going to put the same handle on just because that's more than likely what I will be using. you know, whenever it comes down to it. But I'm going to plug this one in. I'm going to turn this down to 600 on a setting. Pull the trigger. There's my control. Soft start. That's the full trigger. I like that. So I wonder, I haven't tried this, I'm going to turn it on and try to rotate and see what happens. Still makes noise, but I can hit the trigger gently. Add a little more. I like that. That gives me control over that trigger. That's cool. Or control with the trigger. Nice. This is going to be a major step up in using this tool. Overall, it looks like they're very similar in length. You know, they look very much the same as far as that goes. I'm gonna show you that interface pad. So I'm gonna take this off of the Harbor Freight brand, and then I'll show you how it goes onto the Dewalt. Okay, so I've removed the locking device. I'm gonna thread this on. Now, I'm going to have to lock this in with the thumb lock. And then on the end of this, there's actually a hex head bolt shape. So it takes a little bit of effort to try to do this in front of the camera, but basically I can take a 5/8 inch wrench, put it on that, and just kind of snug it on. Now this is locked in, and I can show you the other piece. Okay, so I have here is a 3M wool pad 05753, and I just have some other numbers written on here for my own use. But the way this works, this will fit on either direction. So when you slip it on, you get it lined up, pull back on the collar, and it's locked in. Now we can see that thing spin. So with this, I also have some other parts. And these also interlock onto that. So here's a blue ultrafine foam polishing pad. That'll interlock. And this one is the Perfect-It, just regular foam polishing pad. Again, same thing. It just interlocks. So I push it against and it's in. So I'll share some information with you. Whenever I use this, I'm going to start with the wool pad, and I'm going to use 36060, and that is the Perfect-It rubbing compound. So I'm going to start with that. Then I will switch to the black pad, this foam pad, and that is 05707 is the part number on that. And I will use 6064. This is Perfect-It machine polish, right? Then I will go to this pad, the ultrafine 05708, and I will use 6068 ultrafine machine polish. That's going to do a great job on getting the car polished out. There's other compounds that I've used in the past as well. You know, there's different numbers here. 36064 is another material, and then this perfected Trizact machine glaze 05930. These I may or may not use, but I know that I've used these three in conjunction with this pad, these different pads, and it's worked great. Alright, that'll be the end of this video. Now I really just wanted to show you the differences between these two tools and why it's worth it to get a much better brand, let's say in this instance, than the Harbor Freight. I mean, that one worked. It did what I needed it to do on my other cars, but I wanted something better, and that's why I went with the Dewalt. I had actually considered buying one of the cordless Milwaukee's, you know, M18 I think it is, cordless, but I could not justify the cost. You know, those are like $600 or $700 with a full kit. This Dewalt, I believe it was around $179. I don't remember what the cost is for the Harbor Freight one. If I find it, I will post it so you can see that. But anyway, I just wanted to show you the differences between these two tools. Now, I do not plan to do a buffing and polishing video on this channel because that is primarily for my other channel, Joe Daddy's Garage. So if you want to see the Mustang and you want to see the process, go to that channel and look for that video. But at this point, I want to thank you for watching. You know, thank you for subscribing. If you're a new subscriber, I welcome you to the channel. Leave a comment on this video. Let me know what you think. And I'll continue to try to do tool comparisons and keep you updated on stuff that I use in the shop and maybe you could use at home. But until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.